Greetings, strangers. She's thriving and surviving. I'm Britt.
And I'm Dee.
And welcome to another episode of It's a Strange World After All. The podcast where we discuss true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, occasional movie reviews, and all of the things that keep the world strange. Woman, woman, your woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I don't even know the words. Happy Women's History Month.
I was about to say.
You knew what it was, though, didn't you? You knew what it was.
Yes,
Yeah,
Doja
I
Cat.
can be your woman. Yes. Happy Women's Herstory Month. All month long, we have been sharing stories centered around women's. Remember when that was a thing? Women's.
No, because I always think about that episode. Was it the...
It's Anthony. I'm pretty sure it's
It
Anthony.
was like one of the
Soho.
first ones we did.
Yes, because it was who these women's were. And I don't know why I couldn't
Yes.
stop saying who these women's were. I think also, even though English is not her first language, but I was cracking up. I'm pretty sure Maria said women's in the sleep paralysis episode.
I think
and
she did.
Like,
Wait, English is not her first language?
No,
I did not know that.
No, I'm pretty sure Spanish is her first language.
I mean, you know. Okay.
Okay.
Anywho.
Is we segregated for
It might
real?
be,
Was it segregation day? Saturday? Or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
So if you white and you listening to us, move around. No, I'm just kidding. Don't leave.
And you be talking about me.
This is a Negroids only podcast. It's crazy.
Oh man. Anyway, and we about to discuss this white woman.
White woman. You got it.
In today's episode, we unravel the shocking murder of Megan Curl, a young woman found brutally murdered in her apartment. Was it a crime of passion, a planned attack, or something even more sinister?
You said you heard about this on Unsolved Mysteries. I feel like you say that all the time. Or was it something else?
Was Unsolved Mysteries. I was like, I had to remember. Yeah, it was Unsolved Mysteries.
The OG Unsolved Mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you hadn't heard about it before because this happened in East Texas, is what I...
Oh, no, I just heard about it on Unsolved Mysteries. But I was going to say a lot of the stories we've covered, I've either found it on Unsolved Mysteries or I found it myself and it ended up being on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. So some kind of way Unsolved Mysteries is involved in a lot of these.
That's not surprising because Unsolved Mysteries been on for decades, correct? And they have long seasons, don't they? Don't they have like 20 episodes in a season or something like that? Like it's one of those shows?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and trigger warning for excessive violence, which majority of our true crime episodes, but especially today, trigger warning. 26-year-old Megan Curl worked at a local chicken processing plant in Lufkin, Texas. In first grade, she was diagnosed as being mildly mentally challenged. In high school, Megan and her family settled in Lufkin, Texas. At the age of 18, she married and moved to Arkansas. However, her husband was abusive, so they separated, and she moved back to Lufkin. She insisted on getting her own apartment, even though her mother, Sherry, was against it.
On the night of March 25th, 2000, Megan went to the local club, Electric Cowboy, where she was a regular. Witnesses saw her talking to an unidentified man who bought her 2 drinks. No one knew who this man was, and no one reported ever seeing him there before or since that night. Even though she was a regular, she was asked to leave due to her provocative dancing. Megan went to another club a few blocks down called the Sports Shack. Another man, a friend of hers who worked there, drove her home.
Megan arrived home at around 1:30 a.m. where her friend and neighbor Tanya was waiting for her. Tanya says that she and Megan were standing outside on the balcony talking when a man suddenly appeared in a speeding car, coming to a dead stop. Megan said she believed it was a friend of hers from the club, so she went down to talk to him. Tanya went back into her apartment, and when she came back out, Megan was in the car with the man. Tanya went into her apartment again, but when she came back out, the car was still there, but Megan and the man were not. At least she got people looking out for her.
Oh, yeah, true. True. This concerned Tanya, so she went to Megan's apartment to check on her at around 2:20 a.m. When Megan answered the door, Tanya noticed the man was with her. Megan told her that it was the man from the bar and that she was okay, so Tanya said goodbye and left. This was the last time Megan was seen alive.
At around 4 a.m., Megan's neighbors noticed flames coming from her apartment. When firefighters arrived, they discovered that the fire was confined to her bed. After the fire was extinguished, they found Megan's body tied to her bed. Her body was charred beyond recognition. Her throat had been slashed to the bone, and a plastic bag had been placed over her head. All of that feels personal. It doesn't feel like a random stranger could have done this.
Yeah, unless he was a serial killer
I
and that was
was
his MO.
okay, yeah, I was thinking serial killers too. It still feels really extreme, but I was thinking serial killers too, but I don't think that there were any documented serial killers, well, at least in that area or region around the time.
Mm. Cause I just always go back to what was her name? Was it Julie or Julia? Where they thought that she killed her son, but it ended up being a serial killer.
Oh, did we do
Ye-
that?
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Whoa, I don't remember her name, the name of the episode, or anything like that. Yeah, because they thought because her and her husband were getting a divorce or they were divorced,
Mm-hmm.
and like they claimed that there was a custody battle, and she said somebody came in and did it in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
Yeah, and
true.
that he had tried to attack her too, and she ran out and he ended up running off or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Have you heard of Rafael Resendez Ramirez?
Is that no, I haven't. Not the San Antonio Strangler. What was
What's
his
his
name?
name? What was his name?
But then I don't even remember when that was. But yeah, I've never heard that name before.
Johnny Avelos is a San Antonio Strangler,
That was
right?
this. And when was that?
2012.
Oh, see, yeah, that was way after.
The Coast to Coast. Tommy
Mm.
Lynn. Um. Okay.
And then I
When
know
was
we
this?
mentioned this is like a re recording, everybody. So, but didn't we mention, or did I mention Israel Keys when we were
You
talking
did.
about? Okay. That was
You
this one
did.
we were doing, right?
Yes, but I think the dates didn't match up from when like he allegedly started to
Okay.
have you ever heard of Tommy Lynn Sales?
Mm-hmm. I've heard of him.
Oh, he was apprehended January 2nd, 2000. So, no, that could not. Dang, I wish I would
Yeah,
have
because I'm trying
remembered
to
this.
think
I
of
would have
people that were
done.
all over. Like, what's the guy? Sam Little.
Mm-hmm.
But he was, hold on. Oh, he passed away in 2020. Um, this says he confessed to committing 93 murders between 1970 and 2005, but only 60 are confirmed. And he was California, Texas, and Ohio.
Okay, so there's a possibility.
But no, he was black though. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
from the witnesses and the sketches,
Yes,
it
people
was
were
either,
not defending him because he's black. It's he does not fit the
oh, no, no.
description.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
let it be known.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, all of that to say then, yeah, that this is pretty brutal. So, unless it was a serial killer, which statistically speaking is pretty low, I'm thinking it had to be someone who knew her.
Mm-hmm. Authorities discovered remnants of a nightgown on Megan's body. When they questioned her former partners, they claimed that her normal sleeping attire was shorts and a t shirt. She would only wear a nightgown if she was going to be romantically involved with someone. This led authorities to believe that her killer was someone she knew. Yeah, someone she knew. They were certain that the killer was the man that Tanya saw her with earlier that night, but he has never been identified. So yeah, it most likely was that guy, so somebody she knew.
Okay. Megan's former lovers were questioned, but they all had solid alibis, and none of them are considered suspects. The prime suspect is a, it's taking everything in me not to say what. The prime suspect is a white male with blonde hair, a light mustache, and gold rimmed glasses. Police also tried to track down a man wearing a cowboy hat who Megan met at the club and who was seen buying her several drinks. He was described as a white or Hispanic man with a dark complexion and dark hair. This man could possibly be a witness, and there is a sketch of this man.
Yes, of both
Yes.
men.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, I will include those in the Instagram post that we do for this episode.
And they'll most likely be
And
on the
we're not gonna
screen.
get into the huh?
If I said, and if the video is not messed up, they'll be on the screen. Now let's get into it.
Oh,
That's my final thoughts. I'm gonna get into it at the end because I still want to mention
what?
that they look the
I was talking
same.
about the back and forth we had the last.
Oh, because he had a disguise. And I would have gotten away with it too. Nah.
Yeah. Megan's ex boyfriend, Tim Purvis, was also considered a suspect in the murder. Before her death, Megan testified about him being abusive, which led to his parole being revoked. He was released from prison about a week prior to her murder. However, he had an alibi for that night. Tim later died in an accident in 2003. So, I was going to say, In our original recording, we were saying how much he looked like the first sketch at the time.
Yes. Yes.
So, and then you mentioned something about his alibi, right? About how it was just,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so Tim Purvis's alibi, I'm pretty sure, was just that he was at home with his mom, like watching movies or something like that. And I was saying, to me, like, yes, that's an alibi, but it's his mom. She could have easily lied for him,
Mm-hmm.
especially if she thought that he was a suspect or could possibly be a
Yeah, and I'm
suspect.
like, he really does look like the sketch.
He
Like the
does.
first,
And
well, he did back in the day. But yeah, because I'm like, when I first started researching this, I could not find his picture. And then when I saw it, I was like, that's him, allegedly.
yeah, he does. He did look like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a mugshot. I'm also curious to know what he had done before. What were his priors?
That's a good
Oh
question.
yeah, he was abusive. He was
Yeah.
abusive. He has a history
Yeah.
of violence.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
I'm
the
about to
fact
take to
that
Reddit.
his parole was revoked because of her, and then she ends up murdered a week after he got out, I mean.
Yes, yeah.
So that's not looking too good either, Tim.
No. But he passed away, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in 2003. Okay. In 2012, a retiring Lufkin police officer stated that they believed they knew who murdered Megan, but they didn't have enough evidence to charge this person. Megan's case remains unsolved. Final thoughts. Allegedly, Tim Purvis. I'm thinking
Yes.
that they're talking about Tim Purvis.
That's what I'm thinking because, yeah, if that was all his alibi was, like you said, she could have lied for him. And then it's just too much of a coincidence that his parole was revoked because of her. I just said it. So, and then he's released. And then a week later, she's murdered. And like you said, police think that it was a person she knew because that is personal, what they did to her. So my money is on Tim, allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly.
And yeah, because like you were saying, I think it was a previous episode when you were talking about circumstantial evidence. I feel like detectives would have already discussed these things as well. But then again, it's just all circumstantial. It's not enough to pin it on
Mm-hmm.
him. So, of course, again, I know it's not a credible source, but I did take to Reddit because I just wanted to see if there was something that someone else had that we were missing. Someone said that this is coming from the Unsolved Mysteries website because somebody, oh, I should go to their website because I didn't know they had a comment section on their website. But they said that
Mm-hmm.
the man with glasses, which is the one that would have been in the car that Tanya saw her with. Tanya saw her with. That the man with glasses is Gary Wallace. He's the one. Ugh, I'm reading this verbatim, so don't come for me. The man, the man with glasses is Gary Wallace. He the one whom killed Megan, and the cowboy hat is Keith Estada. These two men are best friends. There was a big hit on Megan from Deanna Ramirez. Deanna and Megan was fighting in 2000. So allegedly, Megan had a beef with this lady named Deanna, and
And
that.
are you on the Unsolved Mysteries website or are you on Reddit?
No, I'm on Reddit. Are you on the Unsolved Mysteries?
So this comment is verbatim what's on the Unsolved Mysteries website. And
Okay.
somebody replied and said, how where did you get this information? Please and thank you. And she didn't say, but all she responded with was, Megan got her justice. These two men is in jail. That's her words, not mine.
Hmm.
So she didn't say where she got this information from, but yeah. Okay, so she left another comment and she said both of these men are in jail, but there are more people involved. I'm fighting for justice. Same people murdered my dad, my granddaughter, and all these. Yeah, her grammar, I can't. All these bad things they doing to me. The FI
Eh,
and detective are in my life. Yeah, so I don't know. That comment is a little iffy because
sketchy.
she's not given like
Yeah.
how she knows this.
Yeah, nah. Okay.
Hmm.
The names are not unless she's just trying to get back at those people, whoever those people were. Because the names, okay, you have names. That's cool. But yeah, everything else,
Hmm.
yeah, doesn't sound credible.
Looking at more of the comments, but yeah, it's just again theories, people's theories.
Yeah.
Somebody comment. It's not.
What?
Somebody comment. Seriously, what is with all the spelling and grammatical errors in this thread? Half of these don't make any sense, but I am interested in what Barbara Wells said, though. That was the lady that gave the names.
Yeah. I
Why
don't
can't people
know.
use punctuation in paragraphs nowadays? Is our educational system around America really that bad? Yes, it is.
Yes, it's
And the fact that
failing
this person
us.
commented this in 2022.
Girl,
Mm.
what? Saying, look,
Somebody say your
we don't have
entire
the
reply is an incoherent mess. So yeah, that lady, I don't know. Maybe English is not her first language.
I don't know.
Mm.
Or she's just full of it.
Yeah, they have some
Okay.
interesting theories in here because somebody said that the same guy is responsible for the Austin yogurt shop murders, but that was like in the 90s though. Early 90s.
Okay. Yeah, I am seeing where some people believe that it could be a serial killer. A serial killer. So, well,
Oh, somebody said this is going back to our little back and forth when we recorded this the first time.
mhm.
Somebody said the picture of the suspect resembles the other sketch with glasses. Hello, it's the same man. There is only one
Hello.
killer. One.
Hello. They look exactly the
Mm.
same. Just the descriptions are a little bit
We
off,
did say
but
that. Yeah, we did say that they were. Yeah. Not the
yes,
same
but
person, but that they looked alike.
they could have been related. Like if
True.
this wasn't Tim Purvis, if this was somebody else, they could have been related.
Yeah.
Or it could be off because in one he has on a hat and he was in a bar and it's dark in a bar and he
Mm-hmm.
just didn't have on glasses, and in the other one he would have had on glasses. I don't know. But I'm glad it's not just us. See,
Somebody,
it's not just us.
yeah. Somebody said they need to be looking at Tanya. Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, what?
Somebody said, I really believe that her ex husband had another inmate he was friends with in prison kill her. Hmm.
Hmm.
She testified against him before he was released. His parole was revoked and he was already abusive. Yeah, basically what we've been saying.
Okay.
She's saying that he didn't do it himself, but that he had somebody else do it for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like any other
Hmm.
unsolved mysteries, hopefully something. Maybe maybe there will be an update and
Yeah.
shed some light on what happened.
Yeah, because this unfortunately does not have a lot of information. And then even so, you know how when you watch Unsolved Mysteries, well, I don't know, I don't really think you be watching it like that. They give updates, and this is one of the ones that's never had an update. Cause they'll like give updates on previous episodes, like if something happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't ever, cause I feel like I've seen almost every episode of the original Unsolved Mysteries. And this is, I don't think they ever had any kind of updates.
Yeah, I don't think there will be. I don't think that there will ever be an update unless the person who's responsible is still alive or told somebody like what happened and that person is still alive and comes forward. Outside of that, I don't know.
I'm thinking Tanya saw the man. She saw his face. Could they have just shown her a picture of Tim so she could be like, no, that wasn't him, or yes, that was him? But I don't think they did because they ruled him out because of his alibi.
Yeah. Yeah. And then who's to say that she got like, cause she saw him, but did she see him? I don't know. You could see somebody, but did she get a good look at him? I guess enough to say,
True.
yeah, this is. I don't know.
I mean, but we're just assuming that she was the one who gave them the details for the sketch. We don't know who
Oh
actually.
yeah, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Not unless
Yeah.
it was like multiple, because they talked to multiple people. So not unless
Mm-hmm.
it was like a combination of all of their testimony. That
But still,
that's
I
how they
would
came
at
with the sketch.
least have Tim's picture and going around to everybody who saw him and like, okay, was this him?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did it like you said, and then because he had a, I don't know. I don't know. Some stuff, I don't know. Law enforcement confuses me because some stuff you're like, shouldn't this be easy? But then, other times they're pulling a rabbit out of a hat. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But, well, that is all for Megan Curl.
Please follow. My stomach started growling.
I thought I heard it, but I didn't know what it was at first. That's funny.
Okay, let me try this again. Please follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast and TikTok at It's a Strange World After All. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and like the show, please go ahead and give us a 5-star rating. If you're feeling extra strange, please write a review. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. Please. And thank you.
Please. Yes, come and get strange with us. We would love to hear from you. What did you think of this week's episode? Please send us your feedback, episode suggestions, horror, thriller, slasher, and true crime movie or documentary review suggestions, or just any inquiries about being a guest on the show. You can email your submissions to itsastrangeworldafterall@gmail.com or DM us on any other social media platforms mentioned.
Thank you for tuning into another episode of It's a Strange World After All.
And thank you, as always, for keeping it strange with us. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.